All right, well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Legal Gym Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about what exactly is a trademark, because I know a lot of you have questions about this. A lot of you confuse trademarks with copyrights. A lot of you are just not quite sure what the benefit to having a trademark is, even though you probably already have a trademark and don't really know it. And before we go any further, I just want to let you know that for the show notes for today's episode, which will include all of the links and resources to everything that I'm going to be talking about today, make sure you head on over to hawthornelaw.net/33. That's hawthornelaw.net/33. All right, now let's go ahead and dive in. Now, before we get into today's episode, I want to let you know that this is a very special week here at Hawthorne Law. It is the week after Thanksgiving, and that means it is Cyber Week. Now, a lot of places like to do a Cyber Monday sale, but what we like to do here at Hawthorne Law is we do a Cyber Week sale. And so what you're going to get today is, if you have not already joined or signed up for our OB Foundation's membership community, this is a community where we help you to start, build, grow, and of course, legally protect your very own online business. What we're doing this week is, if you sign up for a 6-month subscription to the OB Foundation's community, we're going to give you 40% off that subscription. So ordinarily, this would be somewhere in the $600 range. For 6 months, it's $97 a month typically, but you're going to get in today, if you sign up this week, for only $350. So make sure you go to hawthornelaw.net/cyberweek, and you can get access to all the information about what you will get in the community. We provide a community to help you grow your online business. We provide the training through legal videos and tutorials, as well as our 2 flagship courses, the Lock It Down Legal Toolkit and the OB Foundation's Business Blueprint. And then also, of course, we offer all the templates that you will need to legally protect your online business. Over $3,000 worth of templates. And so if you join this week, you are going to be able to get access to all of that information, all of that guidance, all of that help. Oh, and I forgot to mention 2 coaching calls per month we also give you to keep you on track with your business. And you'll get access to all of this for the super low price of $350. That is basically 40% off a 6-month plan when you sign up for 6 months in advance. So head on over to hawthornelaw.net/cyberweek, and you can learn about everything you need to do and go ahead and get started. All right, back to today's podcast episode. All right, now before we get into today's episode about trademarks, what a trademark is, and all those type of things, I do want to give a quick apology because I missed last week's episode. And the reason I missed last week's episode is because I started feeling sick. I think it was Sunday night. I started getting a little bit of a cough. Didn't think much of it, but I was getting kind of chilly. And then Monday morning, my wife and her mother, well, my wife is obviously in town. She lives here, but her mother and her mother's best friend were in town here in Lisbon visiting us. And we went out to breakfast on Monday morning, and it was a chilly, rainy day, and I thought, well, that's why I'm cold. But I was really cold, really chilly, and went back to the apartment after breakfast, and I just couldn't warm up, and ended up taking a COVID test, and I was positive. So almost 3 years after the pandemic started, I finally succumbed to COVID. Now, I will say I was sick for like a day or two, pretty sick, and then I felt much better. I felt very similar to when I got the original vaccine. I remember that knocked me out for about a day, and then I felt fine. Well, that's kind of how I felt last week. It lasted about a day or two, and then I felt fine. I was tired most of the week, and I'm very fortunate that last week was Thanksgiving week, so I didn't miss much in terms of work, and had a lot of emails pre-scheduled to go out and things of that sort. So that is one of the beauties of online business. I will just let you know is that you can do a lot of work on the front end, and even when something happens, like you get COVID, like I did last week, you can use it as a means to keep your life going and to keep earning income even while you are sick. And that certainly happened for me last week. We were running our Black Friday sale. And then, of course, this week I already just posted a quick ad at the beginning of the episode that we're going to be doing our Cyber Week sale this week. So Anyway, I just want to apologize because I did not get an episode out last week. I had planned on doing an episode. I planned on doing this episode last week, and it just wasn't going to happen. I also didn't get a video out last week because of that. So unfortunately, those things I had not pre-scheduled, but what are you going to do? I'm not perfect. So today, what I want to talk to you about are trademarks. Now, first things first, a lot of you are probably wondering what exactly a trademark is. And by the way, before I get into this again, I do want to let you know my voice is still a little bit on the, my throat's still, it's not sore, but I kind of just, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to talk. I'm just, things are a little bit weird still in my throat area. Like I feel fine. I feel good. I've got all my energy back, but at the same time, it can be hard to talk for extended periods. So we'll see how I do on today's episode. But so today, the first things first, what is a trademark? Well, a trademark is any word, phrase, symbol, design, or a combination of these things that identifies your goods or services. Basically, it's how customers recognize you in the marketplace and distinguish you from your competitors. It's funny, I was sitting at the airport yesterday because we were returning from Italy. Since we couldn't go back to the United States for the holidays, we decided to take a little mini vacation to Rome for just a few days to see all the national monuments and things like that. Not national monuments, all the historical monuments and ruins and things like that in Rome. It was really pretty cool. It was a really nice vacation with the family. And as I was sitting in the airport, I remember I just watching people walk by with different T-shirts on that had different brand names on them and backpacks with brand names on them and all these things. I thought, trademarks are all around us every single day, and you probably don't even realize it. But anytime you go out in public and you're wearing a shirt or a jacket or a backpack or shoes or anything like that that's got a recognizable brand or is from a recognizable brand, that is a trademark. And that's how customers recognize that that product that you're wearing or that you're holding or whatever is distinguishable from your brand versus all your competitors' brands. And this is important because I'll tell you, I'm working with a new customer. Recently I had a consultation with somebody who, I'm not going to say what they sell, but let's just say they sell widgets. And the name of their widget brand is BTB, like Bravo, Telephone, Bravo, BTB, the initials BTB. And let's say that's short for Be the Best, which is this customer's slogan, which is this client's slogan. Now, he has a design logo. Now, a design logo is basically exactly what you'd think. So, like the Nike swoosh is a pretty recognizable design logo. All of you probably know what that looks like. That's a design logo. It's something that it could have lettering in it, but a lot of times it's a logo that does not include lettering, but it is a means to identify your brand in the marketplace. And let's say he has a design logo with the letters BTB aligned vertically on top of one of his widgets, whatever he sells. And so instead of the BTB being right to left, it's top to bottom, vertically on top of one of an image that he has designed of one of the widgets that he sells in his business. And he was asking me, what trademark should he protect? So there's a number of different trademarks here that could potentially be protected. He could register the name, Be the Best. Now that doesn't protect his initials, it doesn't protect the logo that he's designed, but it would protect the name Be the Best so that anytime he wants to make a logo or change the design of Be the Best, as long as it includes Be the Best in it, he is going to be able to protect that as his own. Now, the other thing he could do, he could protect the logo that he's designed with the BTB aligned vertically on top of the widget. Now, again, this wouldn't protect his Be the Best slogan. It wouldn't protect the initials B2B, but it would protect the logo itself. So when you file for trademark protection, whatever you're using as the word mark or the design mark is what you're going to get protection for. So you don't get, just because you file the logo doesn't necessarily mean that you have protected the name in every sense of the word. And just because you protect the name doesn't mean you necessarily protect the logo. A lot of times people need to do the logo independently from the name. And so that's why we have two choices here. You could register the slogan, Be the Best, or you could register the logo, or you could register both. And then finally, the last option he has is he could register BTB, the initials, BTB. That would protect the logo if it was clear that the logo included those initials, even if they're top to bottom, even if they are top to bottom, if you registered the BTB and it's clear in the logo that BTB are included, even if they're top to bottom, then that could potentially give some protection for that logo. But then it's not going to necessarily protect the widget that's underneath the initials. So we were talking about this, and we were talking about what he should protect. And basically, the bottom line is he should register all three. He should protect all three, the slogan, if he wants to protect the name, the slogan. He should protect the logo because it includes a design element that's not included with just the initials. He should protect the initials itself if he wants to incorporate those initials into the logo. Now, if the logo was just the initials in kind of a graphical form, in a different font, something like that, then you could actually register the initials alone without doing the logo. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you want to do the logo that's going to have a design element in it with the picture of the widget underneath those initials, then that's going to be a separate piece of intellectual property that he's going to need to protect. So the best protection here would be, number one, if he's on a budget, I would ask him, what do you intend to make the most use of when you're doing your branding? If it's the logo, if you want your logo to be on everything that you're selling, then I would protect the logo. If it's the slogan and you want to put the slogan on everything, then that's what I would protect. But it really comes down to what element here are you going to be using the most of when you're in your interstate commerce business. And whatever that component is, that's what you should register for protection of. Now, best practice, if money was not an object, I would advise him to absolutely register all three and go through that whole process, which I've talked about in other podcast episodes. But what he has to understand is that you become the trademark owner as soon as you start using your trademark in commerce with your goods and services. But while you have established some common law rights in your trademark just by using it, those rights are limited and they only apply typically to the geographic area in which you're providing your goods or services. Now, in today's internet age, this is completely changing the game in terms of trademarks, and it becomes more and more complicated in terms of what is the geographic area where you're selling things. I mean, is it in the entire United States just because you're selling in the entire United States with your website? But is it just where your customers are located? So I'm sure there's going to be case law that's going to come up that's going to kind of start to talk about what this means in terms of what common law rights apply and how far they extend. But the best way to establish stronger, more nationwide rights to your trademark is to just go ahead and file a trademark application with the USPTO and register your trademark or your trademarks with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. So the lesson for today is no matter how many different ways you're using your trademark, your logo, a slogan in commerce, you're only going to receive protection to the extent that you have registered your name or your slogan or your logo or whatever it might be with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. All right, before we sign off for today's episode, I just want to give you one more reminder about the Cyber Week sale that we're running this week. This sale is going to run until Friday, December 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is our Cyber Week sale. A lot of people like to do Cyber Monday sales and call it a day, but we're going to be running a Cyber Week sale, and that means for this week only, if you sign up for 6 months of our Online Business Foundations membership community, you're going to get 6 months for 40% off, which means that instead of spending $600 on a 6-month subscription, you only need to invest $350 to get access to a 6-month subscription. And better than that, you're still going to get access to everything that would come with a normal annual plan, which means the legal coaching calls, the business coaching calls, the legal templates. We have $3,000 worth of legal templates in the course. The course itself, we have an online business course as well as the Lock It Down Legal Toolkit course, and you're going to get access to all of that for a super ridiculously low rate of $350 for a 6-month plan. Now, the other thing I will tell you is coming in 2023. We're going to be revamping our membership community. We're going to be adding a new trademark course to the membership, and we're going to be adding some new templates and things like that. And all of this means that the price of the program is actually going to go up next year. And anyone who is a member now is going to be able to take advantage of current pricing. You're going to lock in the rate now forever. And so when I say that this is the lowest price the course is ever going to be, it very truly could be the lowest price that it's ever going to be. Because even next year, when I run a Cyber Week sale next year, it's going to be probably 40% off the then current monthly pricing plan. So right now you can get in, get all the legal coaching you need, all the business coaching you need. You're going to get video tutorials. You're going to get access to our community of like-minded entrepreneurs that are going to help support you in your journey to building an online business. And then also you're going to get all the coaching, the business and legal coaching calls. So all you got to do to learn more is head on over to hawthornelaw.net/cyberweek to learn more about this incredible deal. Once again, that's hawthornelaw.net/cyberweek. All right, all you Legal Gym listeners, now that you know more about what a trademark is and what you should be thinking about when you're registering your trademarks, you are ready to start implementing. Because if there's one thing we love to do over here at the Legal Gym, it's to take massive action. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out the show notes page for today's episode. You can get a rundown of all the links and resources we talked about here today by visiting hawthornelaw.net/33. That's hawthornelaw.net/33. And that's going to be the home base for all of your legal and business tools and resources to help you start, build, and of course, legally protect your very own online business. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care, folks.